Call to order the meeting of the Rutland Town Select Board. This is our regular meeting. Today is Tuesday, November 18th at 6 o'clock. We have a full board. Sharon's in my time. So, off the way, Joe Denardo, Mary Ashcroft, Matt Getty, and Helen Russell. And we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. So please rise and pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sharon? Oh, you were calling for a moment of silence. All right, off to typical start here. We're going to go through some preliminary stuff first. The approval of the select board meetings, we have two. We'll start with the November 4th regular meeting. And present for that was that's the rest of the meeting. Here we are. Okay, so Matt was not present, so anybody else can make a motion to approve. Move to approve.
Okay.
Motion's made and seconded. Are there any additions, deletions, corrections to the November 4th minutes? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Abstain.
One abstain, none against. So it's 401. Circulate. Next are the minutes of the November 12th special meeting. That was the meeting where we did the opt-out policy. A fine job we did too. Is there a motion? Motion's been made to approve, seconded by, right, there are only three of us, right? So we really did have to. All right. Any additions, deletions, corrections? If not, all in favor of the November 12th minutes as printed, please say aye. Aye.
Abstain.
Sharon abstaining too?
I said aye.
Okay. No, you're abstaining.
I'm abstaining.
Right. That was the other. Yeah. Okay. So that's 3-0 and 2 abstentions. I'm circulating those minutes as well. Okay. All right.
You approved, I abstained.
Has everyone seen the orders except maybe Clerk? Everybody has? Okay. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion's been made to approve the orders and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody want to raise anything presented in these? If not, all in favor of approving the orders, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Are there any board member announcements? Nope. Update from the select board chair. Big thank you to Mike Rowe and the caterers from Kamuta's Market for the senior luncheon, which was held today at the Center Rutland Fire Department. Excellent food. And a lot of people showed up. I think Mike will report later. 44?
Over 40.
Okay, very good.
Over 40.
Very good food. And pumpkin pie was circulated earlier for a select few.
Well, there is a piece by people in the gallery that just came out like a piece of pumpkin pie, and literally you can.
Somebody.
Bashful. Do not be bashful unless there's another one over here too.
Just saying.
It's like you got one for each.
I'm good, thank you.
Go for it quickly.
Come on, girls.
Okay. And so again, big thank you all around. Mike's going to talk, he talked then about some plans for events. You'll do it under your section. Okay. Line up to be chair for the December 2nd Select Board meeting. This is your chance to shine, to all, yeah, it's usually the clerk who gets it. But this is it. See if you can beat the record. I don't have it, but Josh Terenzini does for the shortest meeting. So, you know, this is your chance. Pay attention, people.
That's the official number.
Okay, December 2nd. Have a good time. Okay, that's all. Oh, and one more thing. No, I think Mike's the December meeting of seniors, you're gonna cover that. Alrighty. And are there any questions from the floor or public comments before we start with our visitors? See any boxes lighting up? I don't see any.
So sorry. I don't know what that is.
She's on that too. He just has one box up there. I don't know where he has that.
Well, then, this will be what we're speaking, we'll be up here, and everybody's over there.
Okay. Alrighty. So let's get right into the agenda because I don't see anybody waiting to speak. So we're to meet with representatives from the Chamber of Economic Development, Rutland Region, otherwise known as CEDAR. So come
Would you
on.
like us to take our seats?
They don't want us to buy.
I don't like.
If you sit there, you gotta eat pie.
So we can donate the case. Thank you for having us as we usually come in every year around this time. I am Olivia Buxbaum. I'm the Chamber and Economic Development of the Rutland Region's Marketing and Communications Manager. And with me,
I'm Caitlin Gates. I am the Real Rutland Concierge Coordinator. I've been with the Chamber for 2 months now, I think. We're going to round it up.
yeah, we have some folders if it's okay to distribute with information. You mind?
Free
Passing.
pens as well.
Yes.
Yep.
And stickers.
Yes. I think all of you are familiar with the Real Rutland program, but would you like an overview refresher?
Yeah, just briefly, sure.
Absolutely. So the Real Rutland program is CEDAR's marketing initiative, regional marketing initiative. It began 9 years ago, and the purpose is to bring more people into our community to fill jobs that we have that are open and bring more people to increase the population and further contribute to the community. So Caitlin has some stats to share about Rutland Town since 2021.
I would say Rutland Town is one of our big success stories since 2021.
I think so too.
Yeah, exactly. It seems to be a really popular destination. Since 2021, we've had about 37 families, which comes out to about 80 people, give or take, relocate to Rutland Town. We have our biggest chunk of concierge volunteers represented in Rutland Town, which is very close. Just looking at that today, and I was like, oh, all of these are Rutland Town, which is great. So we have 11 or 12 folks in town that are concierge volunteers, and what that means is they are people I can connect potential residents with. If there are questions that folks moving in might not want to ask a representative of the Chamber of Commerce, they kind of have a first built-in friend with that concierge volunteer. Steve Costello is one of our big big names there, and he embraces the role so beautifully. He just had a huge party last week
Yes.
at Hop and Moose for one of our newest residents that just made everything official and bought a house last week. So it's a really wonderful community bridge. So you're kind of all right into the fray of things.
Countywide, how many families?
It's about 133 is our last count, which is super cool.
That's great.
And beautifully distributed, I would say, throughout. I mean, Rutland Town and Rutland City kind of hold the most, but it's pretty evenly distributed as far as population densities.
Good. How confident are you that you identified all of them?
Oh, that's a great question. We've identified people who come through us directly. Sometimes people will reach out and be like, "Hey, I just moved here. What resources can you help me find?" But yeah, there's probably a huge contingent of folks that are coming in that we don't necessarily know about.
We have informational pages on our website that are highly trafficked. So we also know that a lot of people are going and checking out even our town pages because we have dedicated pages for all towns, all 28 of them. So we know that some people are also just looking and they may not reach out to us. Sorry, but yeah, they don't need permission to move here.
And we often do come upon them through community gatherings, because I would say, by and large, a lot of the folks coming into the area are really active in the community. We do a lot of work with the Mint, also Rutland Town, and we meet a lot of new families that way. They're like, I just moved to the area, and there's this great makerspace right in town. So we find a lot of them through our various functions as well.
Yeah, because a lot of the people who are relocating through the Real Rutland program are very active within the community.
Mhm.
We've had a lot of families recently that they've really immersed themselves. They've even joined some of our committees at Cedar, and they're really, really dedicated to the area. One program that we talked about when Lyle and I came last time, and I think the time before, was the weekend getaway program. So we hosted pretty much an all-inclusive weekend for families. It took a ton of time, a ton of effort, a lot of money. Out of about 20 families, one moved here. It was the family that Caitlin just talked about last week, which is great, but not the return that we were looking for. So we have since gotten rid of the weekend getaway program, and instead we're doing a gift card program. And so we are basically giving a welcome packet of gift cards to our local businesses, specifically focusing on those who are members first, but then reaching out beyond that and giving them a big package. So LaValley's is one of our people, Hathaway, they're another one. And if you move here and you have to do some work on your house and need to go to LaValley's, you can pick that $100 gift card for your package. And then that way also we're putting more money back into the community, spreading it throughout the county instead of where the weekend getaway was kind of focused on certain areas.
So I'm looking at a warning from last time. And we appropriated some money, didn't we?
Yes.
There it is. Okay. $4,094. Is that the same request you folks are going to be making?
We ask for $1 per person
Mm-hmm.
that's in the town, so about that, yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will send the letter to Bill.
Okay, very good. That's all. Great, thank you. All right, questions for our visitors? I'm gonna, any on this side? Do my usual.
Yes.
Olivia's heard this before. There's a lot of music, concerts, and art going on in Rutland. We really should be plugging that to people who are skiing and summer visitors. Pull them down off the mountain. Come visit us. We have incredible stuff. And our local nonprofits could use that in high quality stuff.
It's amazing.
Caitlin is actually working on a activities fair. We're coming up with a better name than that.
Work in progress.
And it's to talk to, really, we want the people who have moved here recently, but also anyone, if you've lived here your whole life, but you want to know more about clubs and nonprofits that you can join, then we're hosting that. So then people can learn more. So if you have suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, oh, I have a ton of them.
Excellent.
And every year we set up select board committees, and I keep going on one called, it was an old one that you folks started, Quality of Life Committee or something like that.
Oh, I'm not sure what that one is.
Okay, can we like take it off our assignment list? Because, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, because I'm the one who usually gets elected to represent. I have no clue what I'm doing, and I haven't been called in for about 10 years to do anything, so.
I have never heard of that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that may have been an old chamber thing
I think it was an old chamber.
before the
thing,
merge,
Yes,
Okay.
okay,
or an old Reddick
yeah,
before the merge again.
okay, well, you've just relieved me of a duty, and I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Any other duties we can relieve you of?
Yeah.
You want to chair the meeting on December 7th?
No.
Okay, anything else for us?
Not on our end.
Okay, thanks for coming in.
Thank
Great to
you.
see
Thanks for having us.
And good luck with bringing more folks in.
Yeah. It's been really fun so far. So I'm excited to keep going.
Okay, keep going.
Our cards are in there if you do have anything. And will you be offended if we head out?
No, I
I don't donate it to Kurt.
Now I got two, right? Yeah.
If you sat there, you have to eat pot.
All right.
Okay,
Thank
folks.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Alrighty, I don't think we have anyone else, so we're going into Barbara Pulling, Town Planning Commission Chair. I think we let Barbara go first this time because we were so, we put her off a great deal last meeting, so, hi Barbara.
Yeah, and someone put up a stink about it. I don't know who that was, but me. Yeah, hi, good evening. The Town Planning Commission, our budget's ready to go. It's not a very complicated one, but we have gone through it and made some minor adjustments. So Bill has that ready to go as well. And really encouraging news about our subdivision bylaw. We are so close to being done. I think maybe another meeting or two, and then we'll have something we can send to Kevin just to take a quick look at. Yeah, just double check the citations and things like that. So the group has been working pretty hard each meeting, just going through that and coming up with something I think will pass muster across the board.
Good, nice bit of work, and thank the commission for that. Well,
Will
we'll
do.
thank them after we see it, but that's okay.
Yeah, and the only other thing I guess would be like the Pocket Park.
Mhm.
And Mike, I think he's in the audience there. In the upcoming
Stepped outside. He
Oh.
stepped outside, yeah.
Okay. Well, in the upcoming circle, I volunteered him to, and I gave his email address, I put it in the story, for volunteers that want to work on some of the field work and, the trees and the shrubs and things like that. And those the people that read the story and want to help out with the content for the kiosk and maybe some other signs, they can come through me and we'll meet with them. The Town Planning Commission will meet with them. We're thinking, like I said, the subdivision regulation, we'll be wrapping that up. And then we'll start in January and February meeting with folks about the content and especially inviting the recognized tribes to join some of our meetings. And we'll start going through that material and spend a few months doing that. And then we'll be pretty close to starting a redraft of the municipal plan, the town plan.
Okay, good.
Barbara, I just went and got Mike Rowe, so.
Mike's back in. Tell him what you volunteered him for.
Yeah, Mike, I kind of volunteered you in my circle article to collect a list of people who may email you and want to be involved with some of the initial work with the Pocket Park.
Sure, Bill?
No. Oh, yeah, no, they know about that, yeah, planning commission talked about that, yeah,
Okay, so they know about that?
Yeah.
That could help out a great deal.
yes, good,
Okay, so you're aware of Bill's applying for a grant?
Yes.
they're helping.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
the T-Mobile.
Yeah,
Good,
that's
good.
fine. You throw me under the bus, that's fine. We'll figure
Okay.
Something, we'll let everything kind of sugar off before we figure it out, but this spring, obviously, we'll be doing something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the bus hadn't arrived yet, so I give you a little warning.
Okay, yeah, I mean, whatever you need me to do.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Mike. Yeah.
Okay, any questions for Barbara and or our planning commission? Yes.
Tom, Barbara just test drove our new meeting room speakers and they passed flying colors. Oh,
Good.
especially if you can hear Mike, that means the microphone also plays with flying colors, which is good.
Yeah.
Except for
Yeah.
that, it's a microsecond lag there, you know, could you work on that?
I don't know. Yeah, so they can do.
And the picture, the video is so clear tonight. Is there a new camera?
It's the camera.
Yeah.
Ah, very nice.
Right.
You are also quite large on the wall behind the audience, whereas we have our gallery view over there, but it's all just you over
Yeah.
here, so.
Like Oz.
Oh my gosh.
Gets hurting.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? If not, thank you, Barbara,
Okay, thank
for
you.
your work. Okay. All right, Dave Sears.
Here.
The Town Road Commissioner. No, here.
It's all over the table. Okay, so we've had an eventful couple of weeks. Beaver problem on Post Road is accelerating at a rapid rate. Like we'll clean out the culvert and literally by the next morning, it's fuller than it was when we cleaned it. So we took some time at the end of last week and we built a cage and we cleaned it out pretty well this morning and we stuck a piece of culvert in there and put the cage and then put some hog fence over the end of the culvert. So hopefully we can resolve this because there's a force of them in there right now. I mean, we can't keep up. There was a time when we could keep up. It's not a thing now.
The police department has some new pistols, you know, might need some target practice.
Get letters about that.
Yeah, whatever.
So we may have them foiled at this point. I doubt that, but you never know.
You know about the dam over by Bob Morris too, right?
Yeah, that's
I know it's set back a little bit, but where
Velcro and-
that other culvert goes under Route 7, there's a really nice big long dam.
oh, I know. So when we went down there and cleaned that culvert out on Post Road, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday last week,
Yeah.
and we got the water running pretty good, and it was running over that dam down there because we were putting so much water in there.
So they're making that one bigger.
So they're making that one bigger now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that culvert right now sits there half full coming across Post Road because it can't get out the other end.
That's
So-
underneath the power lines there where they come down in the corner.
Yeah, and that's,
There's water in there,
So-
probably 3-4 feet deep or deeper.
somebody, oh, it's way deeper than that. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
7 or 8 feet in there right now.
But, yeah.
Somebody, I'm not sure if Velco hired them or whatever, back in the spring, they went in there and they cleaned that all out. And that kind of kept beavers busy putting that all back together this summer. So we didn't have any problem on Post Road, but now they've got that up and there's 6, 7, 8 feet of water in there. So now they went to the other side.
Yeah.
I don't know who cleaned that out for Velco, but they did a lot of work.
See, he just didn't take the engineers with him.
They didn't take the engineers with them. Oh. So, we spent some time, last week, I think, after the last meeting, we were kind of working on this, but we've got our trucks all geared up for the winter season. And we broke the seal yesterday. Had to call in contractors and got out and roll and wasn't a lot, but it covered over, so. And a 2-year issue was taken care of today, finally, and a 1 year and a 2 year, actually. The guardrails on Town Line Road. The one that got hit, woman that fell asleep, and then the one down here on Simons.
Yes,
That was all put back today.
wonderful, thank
Yep.
you. It did look better around there.
Yep. So, we had to do some maintenance, some needle maintenance with the project on Simons.
Yep.
That kind of goes hand in hand with the pocket park discussion, so
It does.
bear that in mind. It's
Well,
bad.
there is a saying, there is a urban planning thing that if you start actively using an area with public, you have less.
Hmm.
So it's
That
kind
could
of what
help.
we're aiming to do.
Um,
against my better judgment, should we recognize Mrs. Willis? She's on.
You sent the letter though.
Okay. So, what's up? Hi, Mrs. Willis.
Hi,
And
Can you
this
hear me?
is.
can you hear me?
Yes.
You
Okay,
can, thank you.
hi, how are you?
I'm going to have our highway committee kind of tell us what, kind of set the stage for us, and then we'll hear from you. Highway committee,
Don't talk.
Okay, sure.
okay.
So this began a couple of years ago. Actually, when they were working on the culvert on Town Line Road, I got a call from Mrs. Willis about some property disputes. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but she has a property, and then there's a shared driveway with a neighbor, and they're not seeing eye to eye on the color of the sky. So I did some research and I found the deed where the driveway it's a shared driveway. It's deeded shared, and they're supposed to share maintenance and whatever. And over time, the Willises moved here from Maryland, I believe, and they wanted to put up a sign that said Willis private or whatever for their driveway, which caused a problem with the neighbor, because now it seems like the driveway is Willis's driveway and not the neighbor's driveway. And this has been going on for 3 years now. And it quite honestly, and I've talked to Carol many times, and she knows where I stand on this, so I'm not embarrassing or saying anything out of school. This is out of control between them. They can't agree on the color of the sky.
Why
So
is this a town problem?
that's a right good question. So the neighbors wanted to put up a sign because they're elderly and they feel that they can't, if something happens, because the sign says Willis, that emergency services aren't going to be able to find them. So they wanted to put up a sign. So again, this is a way simplified version of this whole thing, but we agreed that they could put up a sign with their number on it and put it in a specific place. And they put it in the exact opposite place of where Bill and I recommended that they put it, so that there wouldn't be a conflict. And hours and hours Bill and I have spent on trying to unravel this thing. Bill's offered to bring these people in and mediate. They will not come together face to face. So we had our committee meeting and we discussed this, and again, Bill and I are at the end of our string with this whole thing. So we determined that the solution is probably to have both of them take their signs out. The town, at our expense, will put up a sign that has both property address numbers on it. And then they can take their signs and put them down their driveway, wherever they deem, whatever, it's not our business. But there'll be a sign up at the end of the driveway with both house numbers on it, and that should be the end of it. Bill sent the letter out middle of last week, and got a reply or a phone call.
Yeah.
Phone call from the neighbor, and then Mrs. Willis is in the meeting tonight. So the letter obviously did not solve anything, because neither one is happy about the letter. So that's where I stop.
That's not true.
Yes. What would you like us to know?
Well, good evening, everybody. Dave, that's not true. I went in and saw Bill, and I am very happy with the decision you guys have made. I moved here in 2019, when my aunt passed away. Bonnie, the Insignias have a right of way from their property to Town Line Road. It's a private driveway. I own the driveway to the road. We had an issue on, people were telling us it was a public driveway. We didn't own it. Dave, you remember, you came down. I had to ask you because I was not knowledgeable on the Vermont laws since I just moved back in 2020. And it's just been a problem with them. They're landlocked and they have the right of way to come out. So we put a private, it was in our property, a small sign that just said Willis Private 1326, because no one could see our house. We're like way in at the bottom. It caused a problem with the neighbor. It's just an ongoing situation. As we all know, some neighbors just don't get along, and I understand that. But I went and saw Bill last week. I said, I will take the sign down. Let's just end this. I am back here again into Rutland. My father lives here. He's 91. And that's my priority, is to take care of my father, not the neighbor across my driveway that doesn't like what I do, or doesn't like my sign, or doesn't like my fence, or doesn't like my tree. And that's where we're at. Now, Bill apparently had permitted them to put a sign on the town right away, which is huge, that says 1324 Town Line Road. When that occurred, I had people thinking that my driveway was Town Line Road, and that was a problem. I wasn't getting my mail. They were hanging it on my mailbox. So I don't know what to say. I went to Bill and I said, fine, I'll take the sign down. Let's just take all the sign downs. Let's just be done. And then he said that the daughter had come in and had said, maybe we can do one sign. I said, you know what? If we could do one sign and she could put her number on top, if that makes her happy, I don't care. I just don't want to deal with a neighbor anymore that's not happy with me, no matter what I'm going to do. My priority is with my father. And as anyone may know that has elderly parents, that is it. So that's right.
Okay, well, thank you. So it sounds like the solution apparently that Bill and the highway committee came up with is acceptable to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I told Bill that. Absolutely.
Okay. So your sign comes down and the
Yes.
town puts a sign up with the two numbers on it, and that's it.
That's it. No Town Line Road perpendicular to my driveway. Just if that makes her happy and makes her, then it's great.
Okay, and do we have an update, Bill, from the Insignis?
They had questions about it and about where they put their sign, and we have talked through all the scenarios that we possibly could talk through, and their daughter had been emailing me and they've called me, and it is, and every week there's something that Dave or I,
So you've sent a letter.
Yes.
And they didn't like the solution?
They wanted to keep their sign where it was, and we told them that's not where you had permission to put the sign. So we've tried every way to come up with a solution. So after discussing with the highway committee, this is the solution, is that we have to just tell them how.
And have they responded to that, or don't they know about that?
They both have received the letter. They both are aware of what we're going to do.
So we don't know if they agree with that or not.
Putting up for speed. I talked to Jim and Singa, and he understood our position. He wasn't happy, but he understands the position. So we're gonna do this.
The town really has no say in this. And I'm wondering how much more of our time and resources should be spent. There are remedies in court to deal with this, and nobody wants to go to court, but
We were trying to be mediators and
I
try to come up with a solution. I mean, I think it's something maybe that's not our place, but we thought that would be something that
Sometimes
would
it
be,
works.
that would not favor one neighbor and few the other, or vice versa. And I made the suggestion that the signs be vertical and not horizontal, so the numbers are the same. I'm telling you, we talked about this at length at the meeting, to try to come up with a situation that would mediate the problem without favoring either party. And the signs aren't horribly expensive. Both Kurt and I and Dave and Bill, all four of us agree that the biggest issue for us was notification to emergency services, and that and having the numbers there at the end of this one driveway would identify where these two residents reside and where they are. Once you go down the driveway and the driveways leading to each residence, they can put up their own numbers down there way up. We're just trying to do something on the edge of the road in the town right away that will identify the properties, make it easy for our PD, fire department, and the ambulance service to find these residents if they need to. Also, it will help with FedEx and UPS and anybody else delivering stuff. We know we run into these issues all the time. There will be no name on the sign as far as the resident's name and no road name. It's just two signs that indicate where this driveway is.
So are these existing signs and or the replacement signs in the town right of way?
The new ones, I don't know, where did you ask them to put them, Dave? I don't know where the signs are.
So the Insignia sign that they just put up is in the town right away. The Willis's sign is out of the right of way by a small amount.
It's on the private property.
Right.
The replacement signs would be in the right of way?
Yes.
Okay, so it sounds like that's we're involved. We can instruct somebody to take the sign out of the right of way, and we can put up whatever signs we want in the right.
Correct.
So
Which we don't have to do.
We don't have, we're just trying to make this problem, I guess, go away for the neighbors. So
That's something
there are other issues that they have. They'll deal with those, but this is the one that we can help mediate.
Well, if we put the A sign up that identifies both in the town right of way, we can clear a sign that is in the town right of way. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
And we thought this was the best solution.
well,
And
it might yet work.
Right. We, hopefully,
Do you want to recommend that action to the full board so we can?
I'd make that as a motion.
Motion's made to attempt to resolve this issue on Town Line Road with a sign identifying addresses by number only and placing that sign in the town right of way per the suggestion of the road commissioner. Is there a second? Motion is made and seconded by the highway committee. Discussion. Okay, all in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. So that's
Aye.
what we do.
I say I too. So grateful.
Beyond that, I mean, I've got to say beyond that, we really, I mean, I get the safety thing, I get the identification thing, but we really can't resolve every issue between neighbors. It's just gonna sap our energy and our time. So.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you listening to me. Thank you so much. And
You're
Dave,
welcome.
I appreciate everything you've done. I really do. You're amazing. Thank you. I just want it resolved. I'm sorry.
But I have my moments.
No, you're awesome. So, I appreciate it and I just want it done and not all neighbors get along. That's it. So,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thanks, Bill.
You're welcome.
Okay, Dave, rest of your report.
Committee meeting.
Okay. Any action that we need to look at?
Just some updates.
Yes.
Robert Clark was in and he went over the South End Sewer project. He's pretty happy with the results. Everything's coming along. They may have paved that or not.
It is paved. All the paving is done. Clapdown Drive is open.
Yep.
As of Monday morning, they had one manhole structure left to put in, but the whole system is basically online at this time.
Yeah.
It looks like it's pretty close to all buttered up
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
all,
got the mulch down.
yeah, they're working their way out.
What's on the other side? There was a lot of work going on there, a lot of. It's
Which
surprising
side,
it was
They,
the east side.
east side, that was where they had to put,
Yeah.
what, 2 new structures on that side or 1?
They put 3 structures.
3 on that side
Yeah, so
to get the grade because of
they were
the,
gonna try to, same thing, kind of work their way out and do the cleanup and stuff, hopefully be done by the end of the week.
yeah, so he's pretty happy with
It's
that
looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's working.
And it's working.
it's even better.
There is still an issue with the car wash. The basket that was put in on the discharge side of that manhole collects debris on a pretty regular basis. So they have some issues in there yet.
So they're gonna have to clean it on a regular basis?
They're, coming from their place, I don't know, I don't know what our sewer ordinance says, but they need to do something within their facility to stop debris from going down through there.
Well, we've done it before with like the grease trap.
Yeah,
in
we
the
may have to.
restaurant, So.
Yeah, I think they have a trap or a baffle or something that's set up wrong.
They got some issue there because what's bottles and cans coming down through the sewer.
So when they first opened, from the information that I got from the contractor that went down there to clean out their pits, they didn't have any screening or anything on top of the pit, so people would go in there with pickup trucks and the high pressure and just blow all of cigarette cartons and
Whatever's
soda
in the back.
bottles and whatever, and would end up in there. And as it overflowed, the way that it gets out of there is it overflows one tank, it settles in one tank, then overflows into the next tank, and then when it overflows that tank, it goes into the system. So they didn't have anything on there like a bar screen or anything to screen any of that stuff out. So then when the problem first arose, Bill sent a letter to the 3 people that are on that sewer saying, if you guys got anything going on here, it needs to stop. And so at the time, Denny's was doing a remodel. And the manager from Denny's called and said, well, it might be my guys because they're from like Georgia or something, and who knows what they're doing, whatever. Well, turns out that it wasn't them, that there was just nothing to screen that. So once the letter reached the car wash, they're like, oh, we should probably put screens in there,
Great.
which they did. And so now I'm not sure, I haven't had a chance to get down there and open that manhole and see what's going on down there. You know, it could just be paper hung up on the basket, or it could just still be more of this debris getting into the system. I just gotta get down there and get the cover off the thing and see what's going on down there.
But you'll take care of that with them and so that project's going good. And then we talked, the big thing is the 2 other things that we're talking about. One is, Dave's looking into, putting up some weather stations around town, and they would be included in the next year budget, and they would be installed sometime after that. And what they do is they monitor weather, road condition, all kinds of stuff, 4 or 5 around town. If other towns in the area were to use the same system, say West Rutland or Clarendon, where they can actually, I guess, communicate together so you could get information. So we're looking into that. And then the major item for next year is the Stratton Road culvert.
Okay.
The estimated cost of that culvert is $500,000. The state grant they cap it to 100,000. So 300 of it is going to be on the town. What we will be recommending in Dave's budget is to, we're showing a $350,000. I forgot how exactly did it. We had it here someplace, but anyway.
I split the 300 that we needed.
Over 2 years.
Well,
Half
in the budget,
150,000 in the budget for this year, and then the other 150,000 would come out of carryover.
either the carryover or the capital improvement, but we can make that decision next July or August, where we take the other from.
So what, the 350,000?
For it.
Right.
At least half of it.
Yeah, right. Half would be in the budget and half will be the
350 you were talking about. We carried that 200 down.
Right.
From
We tried to make this budget work out. And
You gotta make the math.
we tried to make the math work. So what we did is culvert replacement. We put 350,000. It was 35 last year, so it's 10 times as much. At the top is a $200,000 grant. So if, you know, so you guys may not have the numbers filled in yet, but anyway, so when you do the math, the income subtracted from the total budget comes out to the right amount to be raised by taxes.
Okay.
So there will be a
Well, we'll go in detail. about
detail with
this.
it. But I wanted to just give you a heads up why it went up that much, but, well, that's how we resolved the issue with that culvert, was to, budget part of it in the budget and then look to either use carryover or capital improvement funds next summer, because the project it has a narrow window that the state lets you play in the water. So it'd probably be in August, right around July, August, September. So we'll know where our status is and which one of those two funds that we would be looking to get the rest of it from. And I think, and then, that was pretty much the highlights, other than what we talked about. You have the fuel tank now,
The tank is in. I'm just waiting for Irving to come and plumb it all together.
okay? And you're gonna look around for pricing, or you're gonna start with Irving?
I'll probably go with Irving because they're gonna plumb the thing together, and they're the ones that got me lined up on the tank and the whole thing, so.
Okay.
I got the tank cheaper through them than I could get it myself.
Yeah.
So probably go with them first, but then we'll shop it every time whenever we need it.
Anyway, so that was pretty much the highlights of the, there was an issue with the sidewalk tractor that the highway department and the rec department use, and it's a failed seal in the hydraulic pump, which hooks directly to the motor, which was allowing it to put hydraulic oil into the crankcase, which overfilled the engine, and some of the explanations from the John Deere dealer did not set well with me and Kurt.
And they still don't. I went down there and I argued with them.
Yeah.
And we just went around in a circle until I finally got him to admit that they are nothing more than parts changers.
Right.
He actually said that.
So their solution to the tractor problem was putting a $17,000 engine in.
We
And
didn't
we,
see
ha-
that.
we gotta figure out what we're gonna do.
So
We need to call Middlebury.
I think we either gotta find another John Deere dealer that wants to work on this, because you can rebuild that engine significantly less.
So you said that the $17,000 number reflects John Deere's estimate of 38 hours to swap that motor out. I'm like, what?
What?
It's like, you,
No.
what?
Two guys can reach in there and pull the thing out.
It's this big.
It's a 3-cylinder engine that's as big as that
He's
tractor.
like, well,
Motor's like this big.
So he was pedaling.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I talked to my tech and he thinks he can probably do it in 7 or 8 hours. I'm like, well,
If it's just an engine change, you guys bring it to the shop and change the motor, buy the motor and change it.
I still don't want to buy an engine.
I don't either.
no, I don't either, but
I'd tell them ship it to Middlebury. They got
Or,
more competent. tech
or,
up there.
or Springfield.
I mean, it's all United. It's same companies.
Yeah.
First, but there needs to be somebody
It's-
somewhere in United World that can rebuild a motor.
And I
they
think,
got
not according to them.
They got 30
Not according
something
to them.
stores.
I can call Middlebury or Springfield.
I mean, you're gonna need it if you get caught without it, and that's the
I
problem.
know, that's where I am now.
You need
I
to,
didn't need it yesterday, but we were out yesterday and,
Yeah.
you know, they got 8 inches on Sunday up in Burlington.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming.
I mean, I don't, it's just
So
exorbitant.
I'm with you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and if we're gonna put that much money in, we just buy another truck,
We used to deal with Middlebury.
see, in United Ag and Turf, which I don't, actually, it's a John Deere owned company.
The John Deere affiliate.
Yeah, it's not like it's private, so you either got Middlebury or Springfield, I guess,
Yeah, those are the two. I mean, there's competent techs at both of those places.
or some small engine repair shop. It doesn't have to go to Deere.
Mhm.
I don't know,
Maybe
maybe,
we figure out a good diesel shop with a good guy.
I mean, there's, what's his name over in,
Thomas's. Brad, they do.
yeah, there's Earl's. I mean, those guys could probably change, there's,
There's no reason why I can't rebuild that motor.
No.
$4,000.
3 cylinders.
Okay, well,
They're worse.
We priced from that size machines about $64,000.
Yeah.
The dealers are better.
Ah.
The dealers now are better, unfortunately.
all right, we've got other stuff to get to.
But anyway, well, the problem is once you change that tractor, all the attachments that we bought.
There was a hint, Joe. We
Yeah.
got other stuff to get to.
Well,
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right, so you're working on that one.
all right. Well, that's pretty much, I think, the extent of our,
Okay,
Committee.
I do have a note here and I wanted to raise it. And it's on our post road sidewalk grant status. That's under action item C. Where, this is the one where it's $40,000. We've been told that there are 2 ways that our sidewalk that is there doesn't comply. One is some slope and pitch and the other is the green barrier.
So this grant, Eric from the state was chasing me around on it. And we hadn't made a decision and we'd already we got an extension on it twice.
Mhm.
So I asked him if we could just close the grant because we're not gonna do it. And he did. He did,
So it's closed.
yes.
So you will recall that I volunteered 2 or 3 times to write an appeal on that.
I don't remember
Oh,
that, but, okay.
do. It has come up a couple of times, so we just left $40,000 on the table. How can we avoid that happening in the future? Because that I don't want to happen again.
if the fix would have been at least that amount, that's what.
Would it have that? Do we
Well,
actually-
because the only way to fix that and make it, he would have been to move the sidewalk. The problem gets into the slope on the, across the school.
You would have to repave 450 feet probably, which would have been
Yeah.
$8,000 to $10,000
And
in
then,
asphalt.
and
You gotta
then,
rip it
and then
up.
have to
But
make the thing, and the only, and the big,
the sidewalk's 6'6" wide right now, so you could have left an 18-inch green space in the middle and still had a 5-foot sidewalk in the base area that we have now.
but they wanted it repaved because the slope was off by,
So it would have been the town having to pull the asphalt up and.
Well, how much was the slope off? It was,
I didn't
my
know.
understanding was it was like
It's at
de
2%,
minimis. It
it's at
really wasn't.
2% right now, it had been percent,
It was at 2%.
it's at 2% towards the school, so it's. I put a level to it.
Okay,
So over 4 feet, it slopes 2 inches. The spec is its own, only can slope 1 inch, 4 feet. So it's. I wouldn't say it's double, but the math comes out to it's double, but that's what it is.
I'd go the other way and say it's de minimis, it's minor.
Yeah,
But-
over 4 feet, it's sloping 2 inches instead of 1.
over 6 feet, you got a 3.5, 3-inch slope.
Okay. I mean, you can cut it down to a 5-foot sidewalk, but. Yeah. You'd have to repave it.
But then you run into the problem, and now it's a mud hole because people are parking on it and driving on it.
Yeah.
And
In the long run, I mean, I know,
you can put a green belt in there, but it's never gonna be green.
and they'll just keep running in it.
Well, I get all of the reasons, but how did it happen in the first place? That we got a grant and then we had specs, we must have had specs. But the specs weren't carried out, or
Robert engineered that.
Yeah,
we talked with him?
I guess you guys just decided not to put the green belt in or just didn't
Yeah. Well, what happened,
get the
it was
width.
kind of laid out 2 ways, and if we put the green belt in, we were gonna have to build a retaining wall like we did in front of the house.
Right.
Because the slope would have been too steep. So I was trying to not build a retaining wall, so I just crowded it out to the street.
The cost of our cost of building it exactly as designed with the green belt and the width and the retaining wall probably would have been another. I know we might have come out ahead, but it wouldn't have been a lot because our input cost would have been more I don't know how much more, I can't estimate, but it would have been more than what we put into it. I don't know how much you got into the sidewalk.
I think it's like 98.5 or something like that.
So
We've still got a little more to go on that.
I mean, we would have ended up putting could have cost another 25, so we could be up in 120 and get 40 back, so we probably lost 15, not 40. Because the initial cost would have been more, because it was a 40,000 grant toward building the sidewalk,
Mhm.
regardless of what it costs. So we didn't lose the whole 40, but we lost some of it.
We do.
The only one upside to it is it's now non-ADA compliant sidewalk, and we can go tie it to Shazam Drive with whatever we want.
Mhm.
You know, I've tried to conform to a grant. You can just blow it up around that corner and off we go.
And that's in your plans for next year?
Well, we're working on alternatives.
I think the sidewalk through Shazana is gonna be unfeasible. I don't think there's gonna be money enough out there to build it.
I don't think we ever talked about a sidewalk. I thought we talked
Well, there
about
was-
a line striping.
There was both,
Yeah,
but I think
Okay.
a line stripe plan would be the best.
that's kind of what Byron said a long time ago, so. Yeah,
Because they looked at the slope is too much from Post Road up the hill.
There'd be some interference on some private.
all right, well, color me unhappy. I hate leaving money on the table, but I hear the explanation, so.
Well, it wasn't like the first option, but we just didn't seem to start figuring the numbers that it just became. And I don't know the other problem with the cars parking on it. That would be an issue.
Mhm.
Eventually we have to resolve. I don't know if they'll ever will, because I don't know if signs are gonna help or not, but that's gotta happen.
Okay,
They were parking on the grass before you put the sidewalk there.
Right.
Well, that's the
You
thing,
just
there are
made-
times when it doesn't matter, you can't get all the cars in the school, and that's where they're gonna park.
I'd put bolt down delineators for the summertime.
Yeah.
You just bolt them to the asphalt up through there, and then they can't move past them, and in the wintertime you pull them up so you can wheel the wing down through there.
Because, you have a sidewalk, and when people, and that sidewalk is used a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
people on that sidewalk, and when they can't walk on the sidewalk because people are parked on it, I understand the school situation, but their problem with student pickup should not be shoved onto the walkers and traffic on Post Road. The school needs to have a different plan. They either got to try to do something internally with, if there's some area that this is how you're gonna have to go if you want to pick your kids up, but they can't use Post Road as a parking lot.
Or
Okay.
people need to ride the bus.
We've already,
Or ride the bus.
we've already spent a bunch of money on widening that whole
I know,
intersection out
I
there and
know.
everything.
I mean,
Yeah.
Byron did a good job there trying to make
Yeah.
it work, and they still park in the road, and now they're parking on the sidewalk, and I don't know. And it's not a unique problem, because if you go to Northwest School, they're parked downtown.
Rutland Middle School.
Yeah,
yeah,
everybody
Double
park.
park, triple park down there.
Nobody believes a
You
bus
block-
anymore.
You block that pickup time, the road will be in bus,
That's probably true.
Mhm.
so not sure that's.
Well, I think the school needs to address some of the problem.
I don't know what they would do.
I don't know whether I don't know, do they use the loop around the side to allow?
Buses go around.
yeah.
Well, they gotta come up with some solution internally.
Look at the arrows, they got, it's a chicane around there.
It's divided, I
Trying to-
think, by grades, the lower grades they get picked up on, or dropped off on the picnic, and the older kids get up at the gym. And then there's a certain window of time when I think it's supposed to be buses only on the main loop, but, so I think it all gets utilized, but there's so many cars that go up there, I mean, we try to avoid it. The kids
Yeah.
usually riding the bus, unless we're dropped them off super early in the morning for an activity. And, but the couple times I've had to do it, it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. I don't know why people choose to do that, because it's such a nightmare.
Yeah.
but
It's easier to dump your kids on the bus.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I can't remember, been there 100 times, but I don't remember what the inner loop looks like, maybe.
Oh, wait, Mike probably knows how this all goes.
He's
Well,
one of the
what you're saying
monitors.
is
or
pretty
has
much
been.
correct. As far as the bus goes, those buses are almost filled to the gills. So just so you know, so even though there's a lot of cars, you should go down and see all the kids that actually get on the bus.
Yeah.
Those but you can't see them because of the height of the windows are up now and they're a little tiny, but those buses are pretty filled. In that defense, but there are a lot of people that pick up. They also have a different time for pre-K to get picked up. They get picked up earlier to alleviate some of the traffic flow. So, you know, having been there, they've kind of tried to figure out the best way to get them off the road as quick as they possibly can. And unfortunately, that 20-minute window in the afternoon is brutal.
Yeah.
And
We want to encourage people to walk. And if sidewalks covered with a car, that's
I
part
couldn't
of it.
agree with you more. I'm 100% on your side on that regard.
Yeah.
Sign and we can tow them, but you guys have to
And so we,
post it, you will get towed. Tow you
While they're in their car.
in the,
Yeah, while they're in the car.
Is it,
here's a ticket for you, move your car, here's your ticket. I mean, it's mean, but I mean,
Yeah.
oh man,
there's the other thing.
it's one of those tough situations that you understand why it's there, but it's still not, that's not a solvent. But we'll work on it. So, anyway,
alrighty. Any other happy news for us? Sorry, go ahead.
Completely different subject, your weather stations.
Oh, yeah.
Your minutes say 14,500 annually.
Ooh,
Yes.
Are you leasing
It's a
these things, or-
subscription.
Okay.
Basically a subscription.
That's,
They give you the equipment, give you the equipment.
it still sounds like a lot of money. I mean, is there that much?
So we can talk about this when we get to budget time anyway, but it's 5 stations. So they give you a break at multi-units. So I got a price for 5 stations, which is where they give you the break, plus multi-year, they give you a break. So that price, the first year is, I forget what the number is now, $150 for shipping and processing or something like that. And then that number goes down by 150, but it's 5 units for 3 years. And that's the price over 3 years for the 5 units. They own the units. If anything goes bad with them, we put them in a box, send them back, they send us a new one. Or if a solar panel goes out, they send us a new panel, whatever.
It's just not usually the lot, I don't think, but I feel like, can't you look out the window and if it's snowing in one part of the town, is it usually snowing in another part?
Negative.
That's the issue.
But
that's the issue with.
the other thing is, we start getting phone calls when things are weird and weather-wise. And why isn't that sufficient to help instead of, because people will call. I mean, I remember calling a couple of times when Creek Road was ice and no place else in town was quite like that.
So I've been here 4 years. In the 3 years I've plowed, we've gotten called from the state police one time for ice. And I was that first year that I was here, we had that Sunday ice storm. That was the only time I ever got called by the state police, or don't know that I've ever been called by a resident for slippery roads or anything like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys get calls when something hasn't been plowed?
I know, I'm normally out there.
Yeah.
And if he's out there and it's really bad, he may call Dave and said, you know.
I have sent some text messages before that. Yeah, but there's a lot of elevation difference in the
Yes.
town. Unfortunately, the $14,000 is gross.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that, but
Yeah.
you get up past Wind Ridge on East Pittsburgh Road and you're a totally different weather climate.
Absolutely.
So down at my house on the corner might be nothing. You go up there, there's 4 inches of snow. And I know because I have some plow accounts in Wind Ridge and they call and are happy. But
Well, we have the same thing. Creek Road is pretty,
Creek to
then
Porter
you just
line.
go up on.
Same thing, Killington Avenue,
Yeah.
south, and then you split north and south, so you can have a storm that'll blow through on the south end of town,
Mhm.
and you're sitting up here, and unless you're looking down the valley, which from up on the hill by the farm, you can
Yeah,
see.
I've
it's
been on the
snowing,
phone
but-
with Sharon when a storm has come through for one section of town, but not the other.
Yeah, so it's a really, where the mountains are positioned in this valley, it splits the town up in weird ways. Even summer weather, it does the same thing. The thunderstorms will split the city in weird ways.
Be right at the farm and watch them go right across and.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
that
can
end
see it.
or down here.
Yeah.
Or will be raining and I can look over across and it's sunshine. It's like,
And they'll come across and move up or down the mountains sometimes. But so these computers, the computers in these things are they have some sort of AI intelligence that they'll pick up on rain or snow on the camera, and it'll give a report of that. Some other things like that.
You can actually predict the weather from trends from,
Yeah, dew
Okay, so
point changes
here-
and
2 weeks ago, it was this temperature and it was raining. And then it turned to ice as the temperature this, but then this other one doesn't necessarily, it kind of learns from its experiences. It's all
and
computer jargon.
they will work, you know, like if other towns had them, they can,
Who else has them around here?
Bristol has one. I talked to Dover, they love them. The guy, they got two of them. And the guy, he loves them. And the other one I didn't call was, Saratoga Springs.
So Dover's a ski town.
Yeah, he said, so he's got basically the same thing. He's got whatever that ski mountain is down there. It's Stratton. I don't know, but he said he lives outside of town and it could be not doing anything in town, but it's snowing on the mountain. So he can just look at it from his house or from his desktop or whatever.
It's one cost.
$3,200
A year.
a year, sorry.
Oh.
A month.
easy, it was bad, don't make it worse.
Yeah.
And the only nice part about this is they're like leased equipment, so if they break,
Yeah,
we're not responsible for replacing
How much is our? Never mind. I was thinking photocopier contract versus
Yeah.
weather
But,
station.
so the other part of this that we're trying to incorporate too is we're looking into some money for, the solar speed signs
Mhm.
that we can put with these. So strategically locate these. East Pittsford Road is one of your locations. Crick Road, I think you talked about.
Yeah.
So,
It's to keep the chair happy.
well, no,
More or
because
less,
that's
yeah.
because, huh?
Now we're gonna run an extension cord to your house.
And we got one that'll be on. But the thing is it's funny because some of the speeding problems kind of are where the weather changes. East
Yeah.
Pittsford Road is one of the worst places for zipping down through up or down. Grove Street, Crick Road, and well, Killington Avenue probably not as bad, but I don't know if the speed problem's up there, but we're trying to come up.
Start going down the hill.
Yeah.
Freewheeling,
It's a sales problem.
Yeah.
Georgia Overdrive.
But,
True.
you know, they are part of Dave's new equipment budget that was
Okay.
in the budget that we asked for. That's why it jumped up. So,
Ideally, I would like to, if we're putting these in town, I would like to see some sort of website where our town residents could log on and see them. But I have no clue what type of interface or compatibility these systems have.
So,
That-
if
any
we
of that.
talk about that, it does not limit the number of users you can have, but so you mean like V-Trans?
Yeah.
cameras?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So. That's, if we can do it, absolutely.
Exactly where I'm at.
You can
I'm
have
not
a
gonna,
link
not
on
gonna
the-
spend 20 grand on this,
But
but
I'm
if
not
it's,
sure. I don't, I have no idea.
You
if
can
it's
do
all
it-
background
There might
work,
be a way to lock them so that you can just like read only kind of, I didn't get into that,
yeah,
but
no.
it's unlimited. I know it's unlimited users. You can have as many people on it as you want.
so if one of the users was a town,
Yeah.
Right.
then it might be a live feed
Yep.
on the website.
Yeah.
And then you could click to one of 5 cameras and see what it's saying.
Yeah.
You know,
Contract restriction on that.
Maybe.
so anyway.
Without seeing it.
I don't know. If we're,
I
That's-
ask you if there's anything else, but I'm not sure I want to hear anything
I
else.
think you just asked me that 10 minutes ago.
And you have all your trucks back.
Yeah. Or online.
We got the salt. Everything's good. All right.
There's a little pile in the fire station yard over there.
He knows when it's snowing, they said use the salt faster, so let's pay.
This is the worst thing, this kind of weather is the worst thing. You get that little bit of crap in the morning, you gotta put salt on. Yep. Gone.
Anything from the select board? Anything else from the select? Okay, Thank you
All right.
very much.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I had
You
a
too.
thing. The unpaved area at the fire station. That portion we did out back by the, the impound yard. There's a section out there that's not
Okay.
paved.
Okay.
How would you come up with a paving price? Just get the square feet and that's it.
Probably, yeah.
Would that be something you could do for us before the 9th of December?
To pave it or to get the number?
Just to get a number, not gonna pave it. We don't have any money. Yeah. Well,
That-
because we're doing,
Window's pretty well closed.
I think it went to sleep like yesterday or today.
Yeah.
I think they're done. I think Wilkes is done for the year. Yeah, that's something we might need for our general budget.
Okay.
For that building.
May I have to call you. Is it obvious?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The only part of that yard that's not paved.
You'll probably be there anyway. Yeah.
Looks like gravel has no asphalt.
That
Yeah.
place.
And it will include, David, will include inside the impound yard.
Yeah.
Now,
You got it.
All right, Chris Clark, Town Fire Chief.
good evening. Oh, good.
See, first thing, we applied for a big grant for our wildland stuff. $40,000. We got $250.
Hey, you gotta shoot for the stars.
Exactly. So we might buy a helmet.
Thank you for applying.
So I figured I'd start with the good news.
All right.
I got some other stuff we'll buy. GE called me today for our annual Toys for Tots parade. It's December 18th, so we'll be doing that. It goes by the city schools. I don't know if it goes by the town school or not.
It has to pass.
No. The fire trucks and
Lands
police
down at the
cars.
mission.
He was supposed to call Chief Dumas today. He asked me for your number. Did he call you? GE?
Yeah, he called.
Okay. So we'll be doing that. We did the fall festival at the town school last Saturday. So that went well. Except they were working on the shingles on the roof and all the nails were falling off on the people walking in the door. But it went well. There's a lot of people there, so Wednesday we're gonna try to put some water in the skating rink for Mike. We've been doing a ton of training at the old college down the street here. Before they rip it down, they put some fencing up, so we're all done with that. I think we're gonna do one more training at the old, I think that's where they used to house the nuns at the college before they ripped that down.
And the bishop.
So Mr. Casella's been very nice to us
Good.
before he takes that down. And we met with David. I can never remember David's last name.
Great.
Drake. And Chris, I don't know his last name.
Yeah.
About the mall, probably an hour and a half or so. Told us the plans. Dell and Mike kind of overtalked me, so I didn't really say too much, but but they have a plan. All the fencing's up. I think he said it'd take like 120 days to rip it down, and then they'll get their next permits, correct?
They're working on, they hope to get the next permit application in by the end of this year, I think they were saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
So they're anxious to meet with department heads, and that's why they were meeting with the
Yeah.
fire department.
yeah,
I
their
sat
goal
in
was
on
to
it.
start construction next spring, right? 26,
Well, it's gonna take a while to get the.
because I thought they were
application
hoping to
through.
be construction by 20, when they were here last year, they figured, so it's been a year already.
Mhm.
And they said they were hoping within a year and a half, which will be next spring or next,
Yeah,
that they would
maybe.
start construction.
I
Because
thought
they-
it was more like a 2-year.
And then they figured it was gonna take twice as long to get the permit, or 3 times as long to get the permit as to build a facility.
Well, it isn't just one permit. It's because they're getting all of the ancillary permits that pre-approve parts of Act 250. So there's a lot that they're pulling together. And it isn't just, the
Yeah.
main Act 250 thing. But they are meeting and they're gonna be meeting with the police department. Did you set the date on that?
We're checking on it right now.
Okay,
Tentatively the first.
December 1st, yeah. And we have to sign that, and this is a big enough project, and that's why we're kind of taking a little more care than we ordinarily would for like a small building going up, because this has the potential for impacts on town services. And we've got to know what those impacts are going to be and whether they're unreasonable and whether some of that impact should be shared by the developer by impact fees or by, or, you know, changing. I think we were talking about making sure that what they put in for the sprinkler system and the
Right.
hookups all are compatible with what the town already has, so we don't have to go out and buy new couplings, you know, that sort of thing. So, and the police department's got a whole bunch of stuff they're gonna be looking at as well. Anyway, good opportunity,
Well, so,
interesting stuff, and they shared their safety plan and all of that. Too.
Yep.
So,
so. Good things to come.
yeah.
When I
Okay.
can see a cloud of dust down there, I'll believe that they're actually tearing it down.
I believe it. The fence is all up, so.
Yeah. Did they close the gates yet, or don't we?
According to the
know?
Act 50 permit, they can't pay
Yeah,
dust.
we have a key to.
They did. Okay.
Cause they're gonna crush all
Yeah,
the, repurpose all the.
yeah, but they can't have any dust. Act 250 would not allow the dust, Joey. Come on.
You gotta sprinkle the dust.
Yeah, you cannot have dust down
We
there.
can do it in a snowstorm.
That's all I got for you.
Any other questions for our fire chief? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, Ed Dumas, town police chief.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So start off, we got some more information on the sharing for Rooster and Blackus. We fill out some forms.
Sent the HSI guy, HSI. They'll do their part, send it back to us, and we could be looking at a 2,500, 2,600 bucks possibly getting back for Rooster and Jimmy's part in roughly an 8.5 hour day that he put in out of Rutland County. So
Okay.
it was,
Sharing in the
yes,
confiscated stuff.
they got half a kilo of coke off the street and a bunch of money. So yeah, it was a good deal.
Good. Good, thanks.
So we're still moving forward on that. The next, I spoke with Bill today about, I spoke to Kari initially on our fax machine copier printer in the patrol room is with, I think it's Leaf is the name of the company. And they keep, because with the way we do business here, every 2 weeks we meet and we pay the bills. We're always late according to Leaf. I've called them up multiple times, so we're not paying you late. They've added on another $50 some tax. Is Kari on?
Yeah.
Okay, there's some tax they put on, so I told her I'd get in touch with them. So I guess we're gonna hold a guy from Simtech, who the rest of the town's on. He's gonna come sometime next week and look at it. In the meantime, then I will try to find a contract we have to leave. I think it's almost ready to expire.
Okay.
So, and maybe we can work something out with a new deal with them. But they don't do contracts anymore. They do it all digitally. But next time we meet, I'll hopefully have a price for you guys and let me know yay or nay or go from there. Okay. So next week is Black Friday starts. So we're looking to probably augment patrol in the south end from now to the end of Christmas season using monies from the Cortina fund. But I just want to run it by you folks before I go ahead and authorize that. It'd be one officer.
Actually, we need to have a police committee meeting anyway,
Okay.
and Matt was gonna check on 2 dates possible. either Monday, the 24th or Tuesday, the 25th. Either of those work, Matt, you know?
Talk to my scheduler.
Okay, all right, so let's,
we,
yeah,
that won't, we won't meet again till after when Ed would like to initiate the extra patrols, because we don't meet again till the second at the full board,
that's right.
so. And I don't,
I mean, if the next time you meet, if you say no, I mean, it's just gonna be, usually we do Black Friday anyways.
Mhm.
I don't,
It'd only be a few days until the next time, if you wanna pull us back at that point.
Because we did also want to take a look at just scheduling generally around town.
Yes.
So that would also fit into
Okay.
that discussion. So, I mean, you cover Black Friday as you usually do. And
how do we spend that money, and do we have to vote on it, or is that
well,
discretion of
that's,
the?
I mean, we don't have any numbers, so it's hard to vote.
Right, but we know there's
We have,
some there, but initially we were using it for directed patrols on the south end, like the plaza and stuff,
We
so
were.
and we had approved that, so would that just be part of that? It was discontinued.
no,
just
it was
simple.
discontinued because we did the 150.
Well, but
last
they
time,
still were
but then
doing
we
the
didn't.
patrols, weren't they?
But then we didn't use the, I think, what do we do?
And I don't
We haven't
remember.
been doing that.
We haven't.
Patrols.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the directed patrols were discontinued when the Cortina closed. And the problem kind of went out, it just dissipated from a centralized location.
Magically, it's disappeared.
Yeah, and so we didn't vote to disband those patrols, so they were technically that's still enforced. So if you think you wanted to redo that, huh?
Mhm.
I mean, we vote to, do that, but we didn't vote to stop it, that's what I'm saying.
Well, but we also didn't budget. So
But
we sort of did.
But the monies from the Cortina fund are like discretionary money because it's money they can use for directed patrols.
But not without our approval. And
Right,
not
and I
without-
said we did approve it though.
Well, we didn't approve it as an ongoing thing. We
Right.
stopped doing that quite a while ago.
I don't remember, but the point is the vote we made was in place and we never did a vote to not do it.
In the last
Yes,
meeting,
we did because we did the budgets and we did it differently then.
in the last meeting, I said we might do it because the SNAP benefits would end, but it didn't end, so we
Yeah.
didn't bother at that point.
All right, well, you're gonna cover Black Friday. And then, well, you're gonna be meeting with Matt and I
This week.
next week sometime, we think. Yeah. So Tuesday's probably not good. I think you said you were headed out of town, but Monday might be a possibility. Let us know. Or anytime. During day, or we still have time. We could, if we know tomorrow, we can warn it for Friday if Friday works.
Yes.
When we do some kind of vote that would, if you and Matt get numbers and they fit within the finances, get board approval tonight to initiate this extra patrols during that period of time, so they can start and not be out there in left field.
I know.
And if
It's
you don't,
brand new to us.
and you don't like what Ed's got, and just tell them no, but I mean,
How much is in the Cortina fund?
Delegate territory, yeah.
do
We had it in our packet.
I don't know how much is in that fund.
There's plenty of the fund to cover. Question about, yeah, how much and.
Yeah.
If you want to delegate that to the
So,
committee, that would be.
I'd make a motion that we allow Ed to do his directed patrols through Christmas season in South End town with overtime expenditures come from the court deal fund.
So that's.
That's not delegating
make
to the
that motion,
police
but that's a
committee. You just
significantly
skipped right
different-
over us.
I did.
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
I did.
And you did that on purpose.
Yeah, because we need to do some directed patrols and the chief
And
says
Matt
we
and
want
I
to
are
do directed
meeting, Matt and
patrols.
I are meeting either Friday or early next week before Thanksgiving. as the police committee to go over some of the stuff. This is the first we heard. So
We have funds, so let's just do it.
so you have a motion.
I second.
I'm not gonna tell Ed, no, Ed, you can't go do directed patrols to cover our retail end of town. Like, we're gonna say yes, either way.
We have no idea what the numbers are, and that's what we're trying to figure out.
I trust our chief, 150%.
Do you trust your police committee to take a look at it?
We can, but the motion's gonna be here either way.
The motion has been made that the police chief be authorized to take money from the Cortina Fund to pay for directed patrols through the holiday season down at the south end. And there's no number on either hours or amount. So, and the motion's been seconded.
Correct.
Okay.
This isn't the
Is
first
there
time we've
discussion?
bypassed the committees and got things moving. Well, I mean, we've
But
done.
let me just say, getting things moving, we just heard about this tonight. And we're saying we've got a committee coming up Friday or Monday. So it's not like we're ignoring it. We're trying to get right on it. We also did opt-out really, really fast. So this is the same committee that really does do stuff very quickly. And so just pointing that out in defense of a pretty darn good committee.
Not trying to single out the committee at all.
So a motion's been made. Discussion, please.
Yeah, so I mean, discussion, I don't see any reason why we couldn't have a committee process on this and get numbers. We may very well be able to do it, but I don't like, you know, doing blank checks from the Cortina Fund, because it is policy. We wouldn't do that for anything else, so I'm gonna vote against it because I'm happy to have a committee meeting on it.
You know, I mean, we did blank checks from the Cortina Fund all through the Cortina process. I mean, we didn't cap out Ed's overtime on the south end of town. We told him to do directed patrols as needed.
We were also getting ongoing payments into the Cortina Fund. It wasn't it wasn't a limited supply at that point. We were getting money to do exactly what we were doing. That money is not coming in anymore.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm going to vote.
I'm not saying I wouldn't support it. I'm just saying there's no reason not to go through the
Yeah.
process and have a discussion and come up with a number and decide what that number is going to be. That's all.
Okay. Any
How
other?
would we, as a full board, authorize it in time for this?
I think you could just delegate the decision to the committee and let us decide how much to spend.
Well, I don't know.
Amend my motion, man.
Well,
We're talking one officer, not 24/7.
I don't know, because we haven't heard your plans.
That's gonna happen. I mean,
Haven't heard your plans.
modify your motion.
Yeah, I'll amend it to delegate it to the police committee.
I'll second his amendment.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded to have the police committee make the determination about directed patrols with money to come from Cortina Fund after review with the chief.
Yep.
Okay.
all I have.
Well, we have to vote on it.
Well, officially.
Yes.
All right. All in favor of the motion as amended, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we can go. We can make that.
Hey, we did your sign thing, highway committee. We did your sign thing.
I do have one more thing, Ed.
Yeah. Mhm.
I keep getting complaints from Town Line Road. I don't know if you guys can count for speeding. I know it's hard to set up on car there. I don't know if you guys can maybe get with the sheriff's department with a handheld radar and get 3-4 officers up there. Seems to be like 7 to 9 a.m.
Is it a resident that's complaining?
There's multiple residents.
Would they volunteer their driveway at the launch pad?
I'm sure they probably would, but I mean, we might, if we even if we get up there with 3-4 officers, like hit it hard.
Mhm.
Big presence right out of.
Yeah, like we did up on Quarter Line Road.
Yeah. Well, like the sheriff's department will
team up with other agencies and they do like those direct.
We also know that we have another house in the town, street in the town that would have a lot of traffic on it. We'd have to deal with that. We're taking steps to try to alleviate that too.
All right, let me add to Town Line Road,
Yes.
Post Road.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is, I mean, I don't know what you guys have for time, but maybe that's something you can put together like a weekly.
We can do it.
Yeah, you get together for a few hours and hit a road hard and then go hit another one and you start nabbing some people, blow them up.
Yep.
I will say that our second constable is back to work after his medical leave. It's amazing the difference on Grove Street.
You hear him when you're at the farm, you can hear him. Oh, he's up there. Oh, he's over here now. Oh, he's over here.
Yep.
You hear him all around the valley.
He was down on Creek Road. I could see the blue lights.
I mean, I tried to stop and just ask him how he was doing. He's gone.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But yeah, maybe some might be a little fun too. And that bunch of people once.
So do you coordinate with the constables on this?
We can, but
Speed patrols?
GP has his set schedule he works off. And
Okay.
he usually dedicates one day, sometimes 2 days a week that he just goes all around. That's what he does.
Okay.
He did 3 days in a row last week.
Yeah. Plus he was on a dry spell there for
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Anything else for our chief? All right, and we'll see you whenever it's Friday or Monday-ish. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mike Rowe, Town Rec Director.
Piece pie. I don't know if I'd eat that now. Evening all, how are you?
Good evening.
Just a couple things. Senior lunch was today. We had over 40 people. Thank you to Kamuta's for providing some excellent food. Mary was there. The mood was very festive and very appreciative. Thank you to the fire department. Chief, thank you for letting us use the building. I did put it back the way that I saw it originally. If there are complaints, you have my number. While I'm thanking the fire department, thank you for putting some water in the bucket tomorrow night. That would be great. Call me, I will be there because you don't necessarily have to go fill it all the way. Get it so it's flat and freeze, and then we can add some later, if that makes sense, rather than trying to put a whole bunch in. Our next senior lunch is December 16th. It is at the school. Usual that time that we attend. The jazz band from the school will be playing, and it is a homemade chicken and biscuit with dessert. I thought he said salad too, will be the meal. And they eat right with the little children. So it's quite festive in that regard. So if you can attend, that would be great. Or also, as I was at the senior luncheon today, we are starting with some celebrity chefs. And that list has grown to 4, by the way, almost 5. So I think we're in really good shape. So we're going to be starting on the 13th of January, every Tuesday from then until the end of February, serving a grab and go lunch. We're going to cook it or whatever and disperse it from Center Fire Station. It's not a true luncheon, but I did tell them they could come in and sit down, bring cards if they wanted to, but it'll be a weekly thing. We'll put out a menu and they can just let me know if they're going to bring some for a friend or somebody who doesn't get a hot meal. So we're going to try that for about 6 or 7 weeks. Over the time when we usually don't have a lunch, something simple like a lasagna, not a full course meal, but enough so that they can bring it to somebody, they can get a hot meal once a week. So we're hoping to start that up and make that a weekly event during the winter months. And I have enough celebrity chefs with great taste, so we should pull that off, no problem. And the to-go containers are beyond a massive hit today.
Those are great.
Oh, I bought them. They just they took everything and scraped it into their buckets, and it was better than putting 2 plates together and wrapping it in aluminum foil. So I learned a little bit.
We have senior citizens living by themselves.
Yeah.
And if it's males, that generation,
Right. So hopefully we can reach a lot of people with this. But anyway, that's going to be in the works, just so you know. You got their update on the tractor.
Aren't you glad, Mike, you didn't break it?
I know, well, once he explained what actually happened, it made perfect sense because we drained the oil and like they must have drained a ton of oil, but it was hydraulic fluid that had mixed in because of the seal. One little bearing seal broke and blew the whole thing. But I totally agree with Dave that how can you not just repair the engine? Like really, you gotta pull 6 bolts and put it. I mean,
That annoys me. They're not.
it's annoying.
They're not explaining why the motor needs to be replaced. They tried to say the crankshaft was bad,
But they don't know it is.
but they don't. But they haven't torn the motor down.
They haven't pulled it out of the tractor yet.
Yeah, they're just guessing.
That's junk. Yeah.
They're guessing, and that's it. I'm sorry. That's a big. Anyway, I whatever. It is what it is at this point.
You don't like John Deere's, do you? You don't
I
like
know.
They've been great so far.
I know enough about equipment, Mary,
Yeah,
that I
you
could
do.
probably take it apart and put it together in my sleep. It's just that.
I mean, I have a college degree in diesel power technology. I can tell you that motor's about $4,000 to rebuild.
They just don't do that. They just replace parts.
Yeah.
Is what they do. They just a part
And
replacement.
what ends up happening is oil is not compressible. So if it's on top of the piston, when the piston comes up, there's no place to compress. Usually what happens, and they're designed this way, is they bend the connecting rods.
Oh,
They don't bend the crank. So worst you gotta do is put, and it's a 3-cylinder motor. There ain't a whole lot there.
So anyway, hopefully we'll
Might
get
get to
that.
the bottom of it before we need
Hopefully.
or whatever.
So background checks are going well. Thanks to the PD for setting up the days on the fingerprint. That's running smoothly at this point. Let's see. Cool update real quick. I had a second company call and it's been a lengthy conversation. Person was fantastic. There are only a couple in the area. I'm just letting you know that. The number he threw out was identical to the number that the other person threw out, which they will bid against each other, but the purpose was to get a design on paper. And in conversation with that person, they're going to get me, because I said nothing is free, so you need to let me know what it's going to cost for design. So they're going to get me a workup of, a design that we kind of talked about, but we can't go anywhere without a design. Doesn't matter.
in the same location as the.
In the same location. Yeah, that's almost a no-brainer. The conversation is building a separate pump house, which should get the chemicals out of the regular pump house to begin with. Because right now the bathroom wall is next to the chlorine so in reality, back in the day, it didn't care. Now we're in, so a different pump right next to it, a pump building, but that's not in the scope of the pool company. The pool company is the concrete into the pool.
Okay.
So from the grass out is us. So anyway, but the number was essentially the same. Feel really comfortable with that. But like I said, design is what's needed first.
So the first one wasn't a one-off. This is consistent.
This is consistent, and they're basically in the conversation I was back and forth. I'm like, I know you're going to compete against him. Those are the two people you're going to compete against.
Yeah.
And he just said, I can have you pay for designs, but just please don't take our design and go to the other guy. And I'm like, no, that's not how our system works. We budget and we bid out. We just need a starting point of what we're looking for when the committee is formed. Like, these are our options for design with like different types of gutters and what have you.
A similar design from the first company?
With the zero entry. So we're kind of in that initial phase. So the main thing is to try to get a design started. Because I could draw something on a napkin, but that doesn't mean.
They're ovalish. I've seen them.
Yeah. So the other thing I have are two things. We had our budget committee meeting earlier, and for me, sooner rather than later, I need to know the TWC date because I need to start planning things. So in my dream ideal world, I would ask that it would be October 15th or 16th. It is a week before we normally close.
Oh, townwide celebration.
TWC, townwide celebration. I thought you know that acronym right off the bat. All right, townwide celebration date. Eventually I need a date because I need to start booking people.
August.
No, we did not. We did not set a date. I gave you dates and we went back and forth and we did not set a date. So at some point,
I whined about it being a
You
little too
did.
early.
you
Right,
did.
Okay,
I wouldn't use the word whine. You did not whine.
okay.
That goes with cheese. You were talking.
What a brown nose.
Brown nose, her house is kind of being fun. She didn't whine. So, you know,
I mean,
I'd rather just know
I was-
sooner rather
I
than
was
later.
thinking it. She said it.
She's gonna do that. Anyway.
High five.
Wait a minute, wouldn't that be way up there?
So-
Never mind. Do you want to step on it?
You wanted to do it,
I would like to do it on either the Saturday the 15th or Sunday the 16th, and then continue the pool. And that's my hardest stretch, is staying open that last week before school starts with guards, because they're all back playing sports and people are gone. But the weekend before, I'm usually I got plenty of people still around. It's that last stretch. So we would close on the 22nd, whatever that day is, which is Saturday would be the last day, and then we would close on that Sunday like we traditionally do, but just move the party to either the Saturday or a Sunday. So-
There's some other competing event we were talking about.
Yes, I would also like to try, there's a potential, like Brandon does their townwide days, and they bring the amusement guy that goes to the fair up there early, and they run a carnival scenario for like 3 days, and it's very successful.
Oh, okay.
With this in mind, there's a potential that we could do something similar, because the fair ends on the 15th, I believe is the last day of the fair, or even the 16th. And if it's the same guy, and I can get in touch with him early, he could come to the park on the 17th and the 18th. And so we could have like a 3-day event at the park for the town, potentially. You don't have to attend it, but the celebration might be the day, and then they can continue riding their, I don't know, it's just an option that we might be able to make some money at. And also the town have an extra extended fair with little rides and whatever. So I don't want to book it off because I can't do it the week after. He's already busy. I've already talked to him. So it's just a thought.
Fit in with his schedule.
I'd like to, yeah, because he's at the fair.
But regardless of.
Regardless, I would still like it then.
You still want it.
I do.
the
Which is
15th
your
or
preference?
16th.
My preference, well, if you want a rain date, you could book it for the 15th, and then the rain date would be the 16th. Right now, right now, we don't have a rain date because we're done.
Yeah.
So it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. We're not wasting, I mean, you know, people there, food or whatever.
And the issue was the Saturday is the only Saturday for the fair for people.
So we could do the 16th then and not have it, whatever. I mean, that's up there too, because the fair doesn't go on a Sunday. I'm looking for my fair people. I thought it closed on Saturday. I thought Saturday is the last night that they're not open on Sunday.
Do they do fireworks at the fair? No, they do the demo.
Demo derby or whatever, the concert and stuff.
Different for the 250th.
Let's see.
And we also need to find out about that too, as far as fireworks. Like, are we doing an intermunicipal thing like it was
Well,
talked about? I'm just
You
throwing that out
remember
there.
that It's the city that, yeah.
I understand.
They're reforming their committee, so we haven't met with them yet.
I just want to keep that on the burner.
I think that's a good
Okay,
idea.
because eventually, if not, we might get, we talked about going back to the 4th and we don't want to,
Do them on the 4th of July. This year, they're gonna be busy.
but we need
No,
to
they
book
certainly
that.
Will be. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But we need to
And
book
we're
that.
gonna
We
pay
can't
that.
wait.
You know, we got a break taking it away from the 4th, but this year you might be, you know, it's kind of milestones,
Correct.
4th of July, so
I just don't want it
So
off the
I kind
burner.
of- If we're
That's
gonna
all.
move it up a week, which I'm not crazy about, but I understand. I think I like the idea of aiming for the Saturday, and then if it gets rained out, going to the Sunday.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
The fair is the 18th to the 22nd.
Ooh, so we're kicking
What?
off the fair.
I thought it was the 12th. Oh, okay. 18th?
18th to the 22nd, according to the website.
All right, fine. Maybe I can get them before. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I can do something before. I thought it was the 12th to the 15th. No? Okay, I guess I heard wrong on the radio. Whatever.
18th.
I was making it up.
That works fine.
I feel like
That's even better. We're before the fair.
Okay, so if you guys are okay with
I
that.
think the Sunday would
So what are we
be
doing?
better.
So Saturday, the
Saturdays, there's like different, team practices maybe and some other stuff.
Saturday,
like that.
the-
It'll be done before Well, at first start with
Never tried a Sunday, so.
I mean, Sunday is ideal because there's no high school activities.
Yeah.
And most of my guards are high school kids. At that point of the season, they're high school.
And
There's,
then, I mean, most people Saturdays, they got housework projects or whatever. It's, you know.
I say we give it a try for a Sunday. If the fair's starting on the Monday, why not?
Tuesday.
If you guys, or sorry, if you're in favor of that, starting on a Monday.
Would you consider the following weekend as a rain date or no?
Well, then you bump into the fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we're down to.
And as a rain date, you know, it's going to depend on what we get for vendors too. I mean, the vendors are a big part of it. I know a lot of us are local, but the other people, I can throw that out there. And if they're available, fine. I don't mind, I guess, doing a rain date, but
It's hard doing a week apart rain date for
Yeah.
people scheduling.
and food and
Yeah, you're kind of committed once you make the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've never actually used a rain
We've
date.
never gone.
let's just not talk about that word either.
Yeah.
We're going to be good.
Big time.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
You already committed to your food purchase at that point anyways.
Correct.
Right.
So then what happens? We call it off.
Well, we go rain or shine and
Rain or shine, bring
people get some food. I mean, you know.
Girls in the salt shed or something.
So what?
We got plenty. So we're looking at the 16th, which is a Sunday. 16th of August.
You could.
Yeah, you could always go.
Which
to
is a
Highway
Sunday.
I mean, if you had
Something
to,
there if we had
just,
to.
There's lots of places we could go. Yes.
Is that a Sunday?
That's a Sunday.
Sunday the 6th.
yeah, you still have.
It's perfect if
Okay.
he's not listening.
Then the other thing, because I know there are
Let's
other
do a
people.
motion.
Okay.
Let's get this thing decided because
Move we schedule townwide celebration for August 16th, 2026.
that's Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded and thirded. Any further discussion? Same times, I would assume.
We always do our motions backwards, Jim. We do the
We do the
discussion
discussion
first, then we make the
Well, we gotta
motion.
figure out what we want.
I have to be polite and just offer.
Well, yeah, well, anyway,
Okay,
we,
so all in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. So we have a date for TWC.
and
And
you'll
then the
have
other thing,
a
I don't
budget
know if
number-
Matt wants to talk or Sharon wants to talk about the.
You'll have a budget number for our budget, for money for the,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we're that early now.
yeah.
so you'll have a budget number roughly, so when we do the general budget, because it's in the general, isn't it, or is it in yours?
So am I setting that budget or what budget did you normally have?
This year.
What did you have from last year?
Question.
Where would I find those numbers?
In the
Wait a
general budget?
In the general, it should be right here.
I don't know.
Are we gonna put it in his budget or
We're
leave it
gonna
in
leave it
general?
there for right now and then we can move it over.
Celebration, $4,000.
Okay, and it's in the
It's
general?
on page 12.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's
It's in the general budget. so,
Okay,
yeah.
let's leave it there,
and let's please leave it.
because yours is already done. pretty
Yes,
much.
and that's
That's
the funny money. Let's leave it with the funny money. It's
Okay, and fireworks is right above it, so it kind of fits.
true.
In, even though Mike does a lot of the legwork, the townwide celebration is kind of a multi-departmental.
Yes.
Well, I will now build it a legwork.
You know, I didn't ask, but with two chiefs, does it make any difference Saturday or Sunday for your participation?
He's gonna be gone.
I think he'll all.
He don't care.
Dynamite.
Ed will be there. He'll get a burger. Weed.
Doesn't matter? Okay. Okay.
Okay. I don't know if Matt wants to talk about our committee meeting or not, which we had just before this.
Yeah, community. Talked about budget numbers.
Nothing radical changing.
Okay.
No radical changes.
Radical. There are some changes. I can go through it if you want, but
Nah.
it's.
We can wait till the ninth. The suspense won't hurt
It's
us.
almost done. We just need to.
Clarification. Yeah.
Salary figures and the consequences for that. Social security and pension, et cetera.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, the doors at Dewey are done. Did I tell you that last time?
The what?
Doors at Dewey are done.
Good.
Okay. I don't
It's
remember if
very
that
nice
happened.
alliteration, by the way.
The doors at Dewey are done. Say it 4 times fast.
If there's nothing else, thank you, Mike.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Mike Delehanty is not on, but he did send us, and it's included in the packet, a letter that he wrote to a landowner on Gleason Road announcing that he was going to be inspecting the property for civil violations of our not dilapidated building ordinance, but whatever it is like that. So that is underway, and he will doubtless be informing us about his findings. We had asked him to kind of look into that, so that's very good. Thank you, Mike. There it is. Okay. It is the public nuisance ordinance. Yeah. And traditionally, the constables have taken care of that. JP did one on Perkins Road a number of years. Yep. Okay. Joe Denardo, Public Safety Building.
No updates. We're good. No complaints. So moving into our, almost our first full year.
Yeah.
Coming up fast.
That's right. Yeah.
Very nice, thank you.
Okay, good. John Paul Faignant, Health Officer and Second Constable. We know he's around, and people beware if you're speeding on town roads, because John Paul is out there.
State roads and some city.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's right, because he's a special officer and he can pursue. Yes. All right. Is Larry on?
He's not.
Okay.
So just a quick note,
Yeah.
Sharon and I met with Larry yesterday. We went
Good.
over the budget. There'll be some information on the 9th for some
Good.
possible changes.
Yeah.
Some updates, but
Okay. Good. Thank you, folks. Marcia Chioffi, head lister.
He was, but she left.
Okay. And I don't think we had any correspondence from her this time. I think we're all set. She was, yep.
On the budget meeting, that's gonna be, is that 6 for earlier?
I think we said 6, but 9th was the 6th. Yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
want to start
December
earlier?
9th, at 6 o'clock. That's when we usually start. Oh, you know, we have in the past gone earlier occasionally. So what's your pleasure?
It's dark at 4:30, quarters, you know, after that.
No,
You start at 5, but
I think there would be a nice compromise.
5:30? Okay.
the earlier is better because then those things can drag.
I think what we asked Bill to do last time was sort of do kind of
Scheduling.
time slots
Yes,
for departments.
yes.
Okay, so shall we try that again and then leave the general for the end? Yeah, okay.
What's
So the date is,
Tuesday, December 9th. That's a special meeting. It's an off Tuesday, and that's why we did it.
Yeah.
And that's all we're gonna work on really, unless we have an emergency something.
and what time are you saying, Mary?
5:30. Okay,
Meetings are followed
the sun, I know.
later in the summer and earlier in winter.
Okay, so no Marcia. Next, Kari Clark, Town Clerk and Treasurer.
Hi there.
Hi, as Kari
Be back.
is coming on, I did ask something that came up, we kind of tossed out when we were visiting with the auditor about the select board's role in understanding and reviewing our expenditures month by month. So, hopefully we can pick up included in our packet is the budget status report. It's labeled number 1. And it is as of 11/13/25. So thank you, Kari, for getting that to us.
You're welcome.
And this, doesn't have to be a real detailed whatever, but are there any things, and this includes the board, any things that we should be aware of expenditures out of whack with what was budgeted. Money not coming in, although I did see the 1% stats. Those are looking very good. But we'll start with the budget status report. What should we be aware of here or concerned about that you noticed?
Honestly, I don't think that there is anything currently. The department heads and I haven't had a chance to talk. So if you saw anything out of the ordinary, just let me know and I can look into it or explain it.
Okay.
But yes, the local option tax money did come in as a nice number for us this time. And it looks like we are on target to hit our target early and hopefully have some excess over.
Yeah, good. We're budgeted for 1.3, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Really,
And this reflects and Bill reminded me of this and I looked at the supporting document that this is the first payment that would reflect the 75%. I believe that was increased from 70 to the towns. So that's good.
It is good.
So that would be, we get 4 payments, right, Kari?
Correct. That's the second one of the 4.
Yeah, and this is the first one that reflects the additional money. I did some reverse math based on last year's numbers, and that extra 5% could generate about $100,000
Okay.
in a full year.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it out of them, but I would like to know what Walmart's projected sales are gonna be.
We are supposed to get exactly that kind of report from them because it's one of the criteria on 250. You know, if they're going to increase a burden in some area, what are they producing for taxes that offset that?
That's what I was wondering,
Yes.
because, you know, it might not
Right.
be as much of a burden as we might think it
Well,
is once we
exactly
get
right.
the income side of it, you know?
Exactly right.
And so they will, one of the things, if to Kurt's point of, it's the, their projected sales, but it's the taxable sales. Because they are gonna have a grocery store and some other stuff in there that aren't taxable, or not everything is taxable. So I don't know if they can, I'm sure they got people that can give us some pretty legitimate numbers and it would show us kind of what this.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna get another $200,000 in 1%.
1%.
You know,
We may not wanna
harass them too bad, you know, like.
Right.
You know,
if it doesn't cost us money.
well, I know we're talking, you know, police coverage, but if they're gonna substantially bring in more income, then, I mean, we'd be obligated to allow them police coverage because of the amount of income we're getting from them. So, you know,
Or some mix.
Yeah,
You know,
and it's-
private versus.
we'll see what
Yeah.
see what the numbers are.
But my understanding is that, let's see, Jeff Carr is doing that report, the numbers report. So
Because I
we
know
should be seeing that fairly
I
soon.
asked them during an original meeting and they really didn't want to give out how much money they were gonna have in sales. But, you know, even if it's a confidential report or something that we can somehow seal, but
I don't think it is. I think it's because it goes into the record for Act 250. She pointed out that was a good benefit of Act 250.
yeah. One of few.
Okay, so has anyone noticed, and we're going to do this periodically, anything, especially in your department budgets, that you have questions about?
See anything that was glaring?
If there's no questions, there is something for you, Mary, to sign on your desk.
I did sign it and it's in the green folder and Bill will give it to you tomorrow.
Excellent,
This is
thank you.
the Board of Abatement final decision. So
Yes, thank you.
you're welcome. Thanks for doing the work behind that. That was a lot.
It was, I had a good time doing it. It's just, the information was, I wanted it to be clear enough,
Yeah.
even though it was, kind of confusing at presentation, but figured it out.
Good.
And I can't remember what the other thing was. Well, that's it at the moment until I remember what I was gonna say. Oh,
you
yeah,
do
I remember now.
Okay, go for it.
Well, we met as a committee and I
Yes.
I wanted to tell the full select board that Susan has given her notice and she will be done as of December 31st of this year. So wanted to kind of put that out there.
Mhm. And you'll see in the minutes, we discussed Kari's recommendation that we increase the pay for Deb Hall, who is in there, who's going to be taking over some of, the workload. So the work will be split among two people instead of three. So the question is, there's money within the budget presently to pay the increase. The question is, as we're budgeting for that position for the next budget in July of 2026, one, do we just leave them with two people? Do we go for three people? What do we do with the budget and how do we budget for it coming up? So Kari's, and in that mix is the discussion that we had previously had and we shared with you, no decisions about whether we should put the payroll and or HR work that the town does out with a private company, thus
I kind of like to
freeing up.
see us go that direction myself.
Yeah.
I've done some, what I've done for legwork and some background work on it. I think, and my reasoning is, we've done this for numerous things. There was a time when we voted on auditors. And then it became obvious that we needed professional style at the
Yes.
books.
Yep.
And so as we progress as a little more complex town with more employees and it's not always just the number of employees, it's the complications of deductions and stuff that comes out there. And I think sometimes hard. So my feeling would be that we move forward with that and budget for it in the general budget this year to initiate that for our next budget year. I think it's
Kari's been doing work and she does have a figure that we can use.
She's been
That's
working
in
on
there.
it.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere in the 40,000 range.
That's for a year. Initially, we thought it was like for half a year, but
yeah,
it's for a
and that's
full
not
year.
too bad.
Yeah.
And then as far as the help, I think that would be, I think her and Deb kind of got to decide, do they need help? Does she hire a part-time person? So hopefully when we get to that part of the budget, she'll have an idea.
Yep. So part-time person, full-time person, no person, or every once in a while, we float the idea of a floater who can cover in Bill's office and cover in
different places.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah.
So, do you have any ideas what you want to do, Kari, yet, or how's this too new?
Oh, no, I have toyed around with the idea. My initial idea right now, as it stands, is I want to see how it goes with Deb and I through the next couple of months after she leaves. I'm having a hard time with thinking about training a brand new person. Well, that's granted if there was a person that fit, the position and wanted the position, but during the most busiest times of an election year. So next year we're going to be running around 3 elections. So if we do decide on what we're going to do, it might be for a part-time person, depending on how we feel we can work together. And I'd like to think of training that person at the beginning of summer. That's kind of a slow point in the election year. Because you want the time and the focus to do so and do it right, and we don't want to have to be thinking of all these elections and all of this stuff, which is going to be kind of new to both of us. And then having to train a person. So we're toying with the idea of a part-time person, depending on how the next couple of months go with us.
Kari, we're not gonna know. We can't wait 2 months because we need to budget within 2 weeks for whether it's full-time or part-time.
So if we left three
In there.
salaries in there,
Yeah,
just leave the three. Cause it,
yeah,
Carrie's,
that would cover.
yeah, you have Carrie's position, you have Deb's as full-time and then position 2.
Yeah,
With no
full-time.
designate, full-time with,
Yeah.
so we'll have the money there, you'll have the social security, you'll have what you need, and you spend what you need, and if you don't spend it, it's just there. I'd rather
Right.
have money, and the budget's not going to increase because we're not adding any.
Well, it will because we add the payroll piece.
Right,
So
well,
it's
we'll
gonna
add
go up by
that on the
41.
other end, but if we do,
Yeah.
if it works out that Carrie doesn't need that person, then budget will kind of be even.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll
And-
save
and
that
if we
money.
do- And if we do need another person, then it'll be what it is, and then when we're here next year at this time, we'll say, okay.
So there's a suggestion, Kari. When you train someone is up to you, and when you bring someone on is up to you, but we've got to project ahead so we have the money to pay that person.
Sure, I like that idea. Along the same line though, we kind of toyed, and you brought it up a little bit, we toyed around with the idea of increasing Deborah's pay, and I had sent
Yes.
out an email kind of going through how we would cover that, which we would have enough money to do that. Is that something, and I wanted to start that increase January 1st
Mhm.
for her. Is that something that needs to be board approved or?
I'm not sure that we do. It is in the minutes of the personnel committee. If you folks want to approve the increase, that's fine.
Yeah,
And it will affect the coming year's budget as we're planning that. So what's your pleasure? The proposal is to increase Deb's position from 21 per hour to 26 per hour beginning January 1st. So it would be a half year. The savings, of course, would be,
the other.
Susan's position not being filled.
So did we set the original salary?
Well,
Did Carrie do it when she hired her?
that's a good question. Do you
Yeah.
remember, Kari?
So when I hired her, she came on at $20 an hour, which was generous of her. She is, I can't even say enough about Deborah. I think you all would agree that she encompasses everything that we need in that office, and she's so worth the money that I want to give her. And when we're looking to the future in budgeting, I calculated that it would be, I think, a 78-cent increase for 3% on $26 an hour. So it's not that much of an increase for her July 1st, just when we're thinking of the budgeting.
That's it. I make a motion that we allow Carrie to increase, Deb's pay to the $26.
Motion's made and seconded to increase Deb's pay to $26 an hour. Any discussion?
And that you said is January 1st, right?
Right.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
effective January 1st.
And then we'll just figure the
2026.
amount in the general.
Yeah.
For the 3%.
Okay, any discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Well, if we needed to do that, but we
I'm
did.
not sure we did,
But
and
it's
Kari,
done.
we did not intend to usurp your authority to set the salary for your staff, but hey.
But
Just to be
I
clear
do
what we did.
appreciate the backup. I can't wait to tell her. I think she'll be ecstatic, and I know that I am. I'm so thankful for her.
Good.
So,
Okay. And we'll continue to work and get you more information on ADT, and that's something we're gonna have to decide on during our budget meeting.
Yeah, mostly like figuring out how much time it will save, you know, and how much they're going to take on in terms of processing timesheets and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
absolutely. I
Kari
did,
got more information on that, so.
yes, yeah. She hasn't gotten back to me yet, so maybe I'll reach out tomorrow. But I did send her the questions from our previous meeting to get answers on, and those were the exact questions, Kurt, that I asked her. So I'll have more information in the future on that.
Awesome.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so you will periodically see, like monthly, these budget reports. So do think in advance about things that you're wondering about. Check with your department heads. This will be a regular thing, and again, it's something the auditor made it clear that it's our responsibility to know this budget and how the money is coming in and how it's going out. So we got to step up our game on this one. So, okay. Anything else for Kari? If not, thank you, Kari.
Welcome. Have a good
Okay.
evening.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving. Bill Sweet, Town Administrator. Okay. Bless you. Not you, him.
All right. So too much left. In your packets, there's only two things. The last thing left is the updated medical insurance opt-out, which is an addendum to the personnel policy. So that gets inserted in the medical insurance section, but that's all of the language. And then the second is the form the employee opting out would need to complete.
Okay. And this is, we especially wanted the two select board members who weren't here to see what the actual language looked like. And is this ready to be inserted in our policy, or?
We already adopted it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe Bill could take the two thing.
Well, that wouldn't be in there.
And then punch it and we'll stick it in our policy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we ended up pretty much where
We started good.
Kurt's motion was, which is 50%, the buyout is 50% of whatever policy the town would have been paying.
And that kind of covers the other ends that we needed to make sure we're.
Oh, there's more to it.
Forget it.
It's
Every time we get asked, we'll be rereading it.
That's true. That's true.
There's a laminated copy of this for the desk. Or...
Yeah, it's
okay.
attached.
Yeah. Go back and watch the video if you want. If you want the whole thing, go back and watch the video.
There's a video, yeah.
We could do that, and I'm like, I don't want to go through that.
There is video if you don't want to see it. No problem.
No. I would have been here, but I would have shared what I had. And
Yeah, no,
you guys
thank you
would
for not
be happy.
sharing.
There's lots of round and round and back and forth, and
Yeah. And we ended up with,
we got there.
we did.
All right, so that's everything from the packet. My bad. I met with Rob Larson, who is one of the people in charge of the Carmel Place development. And he and I talked first about the 911 address issue up there. And I said, there's a new house, which we have to get correct because it wasn't right. It is going to affect the one after. I said, but we don't really change the other ones. And he's like, if we're going to change those two, if I'm going to order plaques, he's like, I'm going to talk with them and I'm going to probably order plaques for the whole place. And we'll probably just do that. So I said, I kept stressed, like, we don't have to do that. Like, that's not what I'm asking. And so we'll talk again, but he was very proactive about wanting to make sure it's right. And but also that when they have a new mailbox that goes up, it must match
Mhm.
all previous mailboxes. And they're particular about that. And he wants to make sure it matches. And he's like, so if we're going to change numbers, he's like, I'm probably just going to order them all. I'm like, okay. So we know he has all the new numbers and where they're supposed to be. And, we've got the new number for the new house. So it's going to be we're all set. Well, that'll be a work in progress as we go along, but it's moving forward, which is good. So transfer station went over their budget for the general. I am missing the first constable, which I sent him a reminder a little while ago, and the listers. Those are the only two internal to the general budget I don't have back yet for numbers, but I've got the rest of them, and I've got the sheets that are largely ready, being updated. I do try to update the sheets on your desks when we have committee meetings and other things. So there are notes at the top of each of the sheets that say when they are from or what they are for. So that way, if you're not playing the home game, you can figure out where you are in the budget planning process. So they are all dated at the top if you want to keep track. It's all I had for random topics. So that just whatever's left on the.
Did we do good on that? Did we get the numbers right on highway this time?
Yeah. Yeah. You got the new ones there. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so when we do the police committee, we've actually done one, and what we were waiting for was to plug in the numbers, I think.
Yeah, so
3%.
there are all of the compensation related numbers aren't in there yet.
Okay.
That's generally a Kari responsibility because there's the Social Security and there's the VEMRs and child care contribution, all that kind of stuff. So she usually takes an overview of the budget sheet. So she does have them. So it's just a timing to get them in there. So that's all.
Okay. So going down under action items, we still have B, which is adding questions to a informal questionnaire for residents on town March meeting. I think we'll just continue to put that, and as people think of things, keep that on the agenda. That'll remind us that if we want to do a questionnaire, you should probably think about what should go on it. Yep.
I hate to break it to you and Bill, but I don't think this actually does include the language that we approved.
Okay.
Really?
Quote, as I have reflected in my email. I think Mary scribbled on the second was employees shall be eligible for payment based on the ultimate insurance package to which the employee is determined to be eligible. For example, an employee who enrolls in the ultimate family plan should be paid 1/2 of the family plan.
Yeah.
Is that in here somewhere?
No, but I'm agreeing with you because I just looked at that language again today.
Which is different from saying, whatever I said, paid half of what we ordinarily, and that's where we were going. So what that would mean. So we resolved it by saying it's dependent upon what you're gonna get for your alternate.
Can we put it in the for example thing?
All right, so don't put that in your book yet. And you used an example too, for example.
Yeah, I
That was
remember.
really helpful. Yeah.
I swear I remember putting that in there. Okay, I'll take another look and maybe printed the wrong version.
You still have the handwritten mark.
I didn't get that, so I just took. I had to take it from. I never got handed anything or emailed anything.
Okay, you forward
That's
what
fine.
you had because that's what I was looking at today.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was really helpful.
So close.
Besides having to read it again.
We got the
I
preamble.
was having to write the damn thing again. But it was good language. Okay, action item E, we have done reviewing monthly. We just made a point of looking at the monthly budget status report for the first time. We will continue doing that. So create and implement a disaster recovery process. Bill had touched on this. The auditor suggested it. It's something I think we all sort of agreed we need to do, but let's leave it until after we got the budget put together and into January. So that can stay on the agenda, but that's going to be more like January.
Do we need to, is that something we would need to budget money for?
No.
Maybe.
But it's going to be a lot of time,
Okay.
not a lot of, but it's going to be a lot of everybody in town's time. It's not going to be like a consultant time or anything like that. Not for a little while at least.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking we're doing budget, so if
Oh, yeah.
it's something we want to implement, because then we'll be like, oh, we should have done this.
Got things like that. G, the opt-out insurance thing, Bill is gonna find, we'll get Matt's language and insert it, so that's still an open one, needs to stay on the agenda. The executive session to discuss a personnel matter. We do still need to do that for 2 personnel matters. And neither is, I don't think, will be very long. And if there's nothing else, does anyone have anything else we want to bring up in?
I do have a question that I would bring up during the executive session about a personnel thing that's come to my mind.
Okay, so we've got
Did we
3.
cover B?
Adding questions to the residents on the town. Is that B?
Yeah.
Yeah. So town questionnaire for possibly,
That's a keep thinking.
keep thinking on it.
What were we thinking?
Oh, he was deep into the.
Yeah, he was, he
Opt-out.
Oh,
was,
right,
yeah,
right.
Paperwork, he probably missed
was
that.
opting
he missed that, yeah.
So,
There was, one of the things was the questionnaire from the PD
yes,
regarding 24s looking to move
7.
forward.
yes.
And I was trying to think if we had anything else that we had talked about.
You mean a whiteboard?
Yeah.
Right on the
Used to
wall
have one, but somebody covered it.
with a big TV.
Then we got an empty piece of, you got an empty piece of corkboard here, we see it back. But anyway.
Okay, so if there's nothing else that we need to do in open session, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session for 3 personnel matters now.
So move.
Motion's made, seconded. All in favor of executive session, please say aye. Aye. Thank you. At 9:06, we have received a piece of correspondence from Mr. George Smith concerning potential or vicious dogs in his neighborhood. And our usual practice, and apparently he was bitten. So our usual practice is to give this letter to the chief of police or the police department and have them investigate.
JP does dog bites.
Does JP do
Yes.
dog bites?
Yes, they usually go right, the
He's
medical
helpful.
facility sends them usually right to him, yeah.
Does it? Okay.
He's investigated plenty.
Well, he did do that one where it was an unlicensed dog and it bit the kid. So yes, you're right.
I can get
Okay.
hold of him.
So, with your, I don't think we need to do other than give it to Bill, I'll put it in the folder and ask
Perfect.
you to have JP talk with Mr. Smith. And
No problem.
And carry on. So, do you folks all agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, very good.
Medical.
Move.
But updated.
Move to adjourn.
The
Second.
medical thing has been updated?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that all correct now?
All right, that's correct.
Okay.
Hold my motion.
so I don't,
Very brief time.
if it has your language,
It's, was paragraph.
for example, there it is. Operation. Okay.
But now what do we do?
We have the correct language as the 3 of us voted on it. So Bill will now, and it's in here because he also used an example. So it was clearer that what it is.
Clearer than mud.
So Bill will run off copies so we can put it in and punch holes in it so we can put it in our loose leaf
And
binders.
you guys voted on it.
We voted on it. So
we're-
we just wanted you to see what we did. And he's also taken the number or the letter off the top.
Yes.
So,
Could you do me a favor, Bill?
I can.
Yeah. Can you email that to us?
okay,
Then I can read it. You don't have to print it that way.
okay. Well, he's got to print it to put it.
But
in.
there, but
Okay.
I may never look in there.
Okay, so that takes care of that. Thank you very much.
All right.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in
Amen.
favor, please say aye.
All right.